Good morning, everybody. It's a privilege to be here this morning. Last March, when the world was a little scary, or scarier than it is now, with a lot of uncertainty, we formed a Facebook group entitled The Islops Feed the Southside Hospital Employees. Overnight, literally overnight, we gained about 3,400 people in the Facebook group, and over the course of the next 6 and 7 weeks, we raised $80,000 and delivered 8,500 meals to the Southside Hospital employees. At the beginning of that endeavor, I reached out to local restaurants to see if they would help us. Of course they would. And then we had to fill in with all the good stuff, the brownies and the mascarpones and the lemon tarts and everything that would help these healthcare workers know how much they were loved and appreciated in their community, and also sustain them with a little super energy. And we reached out to Debbie. Actually, Debbie reached out to us and said, I'd love to bake. And Debbie baked and baked and baked. And we couldn't have done it without Debbie. So thank you very much for that. When we finished feeding the Southside Hospital employees, we then pivoted to working on feeding several food pantries in the town of Hyslop. The most notable one is the Centerpoint Food Pantry. And for the holidays this past year, 20 into 21, we created 50 food baskets multiple times. The food baskets had enough food to feed 5 people 2 meals each, so 500 meals at a time, and they also got to enjoy Debbie's creations. She flies under the radar, she's selfless, she doesn't want any accolades, but she so deserves this, and I'm honored to say these few words this morning. Thank you very much, Senator Boyle. Thank you, Debbie, for everything.
Thank you so much, Pat. And with that, I'd like to give the proclamation that shows the honoree of the Woman of Distinction for 2021 to Debbie. I would still point out that besides seeing what Deborah does on a local level with our community, our neighborhood, she's always there for someone who's sick, delivering food or desserts, and it always makes people feel a little better. And on this situation with Southside Hospital and the great organization of Pat's founding, it was on a macro level. And I can tell you that I've spoken to a great number of the healthcare workers that worked, frontline healthcare workers that were working during the pandemic and continue to work during the pandemic from Southside or South Shore University Hospital, as it's referred to now. She was doing this so long, the hospital actually changed names in the middle of it. So, but these healthcare workers tell me this was some of their darkest days as a professional and in their life, obviously. You can't imagine what some of these healthcare workers were going through, to the point where they couldn't even go home and spend time with their loved ones. A lot of these healthcare workers were cleaning themselves, showering in the garage, sleeping in a separate area of the house from their family, couldn't hug their kids. They told me that the bright part of their day was often the food from Islip Feeds Southside, and most importantly, actually, the desserts that Debbie created. They were looking forward to that as a little bit of respite in some very long and difficult days. And for that reason, we want to honor Debbie Cameron for being the 2021 4th Senatorial District Woman of Distinction. Debbie, congratulations. No?
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
In her trademark humility, Debbie doesn't want to say anything. So again, congratulations, Debbie, and thank you for all you have done, are doing, and will continue to do. Congratulations. Thank you, everybody.